Hello, peaceful travelers. Welcome to our Boracay, Philippines edition.
Is the crown jewel of the Philippines.
It is so beautiful. You guys just have no idea. When we went, we heard that there was beautiful white sand. But when you come through those palm trees and you see that blue water, and the sun rising. The first time we saw it, it was when the sun was rising, the first morning after we came in.
Yeah, the water turquoise.
And I have to tell you, it took my breath away.
Yeah.
It really did. It took my breath away. You didn't come the first day with me.
And there's a particularity.
What?
The sand is white, but it's also not warm. It means that, it's not going to burn your feet when you are at noon because it's made from coral. And
we have been to beaches where I actually did get my feet burned on the bottom. They were
in another country.
In another country, yeah. So we were very impressed with the temperature of the sand. It's like the sand that you get when you go to the county fair and you have the bottles that you fill with the different colors, the white sand in that. That's what it's like there at Boracay.
And that's where the origin of the name comes from. So also very important is that you can walk in like 100 yards or more.
Yes.
And then you're going to see the bottom of the ocean. You can see your feet.
You can still see your feet 100 feet out. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And it's like bath water.
And the temperature is amazing. Yeah. Now, you have to be careful about the weather because the great moment to go there is in their dry season that goes between November to May.
Yeah.
So we have to avoid the typhoons and things like that.
And we were there in November.
We were there in November.
There in November.
The moment was perfect because also was not too crowded.
No, it was kind of the shoulder season. As we tell you guys a lot, you travel in the shoulder season, it's less expensive. So that's our number one is the beach.
Yes.
Travel to Boracay for the beach is one of our top 10.
The second one is about the people, how nice the people are. Very, very kind people. They want always to help you. And mostly all of them, they speak English.
Yes. Yes. That is very important when you're traveling to communicate. As we know, communication is big. Now, that being said, communication in verbal is about 15%. So we do a lot of sign language. I mean, you speak quite a few languages, but I, for one, stick with English and hardly speak that well. So I
do in Japan.
I do a lot of sign language, but it was really nice to hear people talking in English all over and to hear the wait staff talking in English and the people that are helping you. That was very encouraging. The third thing that we loved about Boracay was the sports, the water sports that they had. They had a ton of water sports.
They have a lot of yes. They have parasailing. They have canoeing. They have sailing. They have snorkel,
glass bottle boats, and they have a thing that you can actually go out when you if on a party boat at an evening. Now we didn't do that, but I did hear from many people that is really, really a must-see thing to do. I think it was about $100 a person.
Yes.
But it was they said it was really good food, really good drinks. Party. We saw them going by
and hear them, because they were yelling and screaming and
we saw a lot of that. Which is, we're just not party boat kind of people anymore as much.
Well, the place was so nice, and where we were, it was such a great place that you don't need to go anywhere else.
Yeah, we didn't need to go on a party boat.
Which is another part of what we're going to talk about, because the lodging, and they have a lot of accessible prices and for all tastes. So they have Airbnb, they have home exchange, they have little hotels, or they have great resorts.
So one of the things that our friends so kindly introduced us to is the boodle fight.
Yes.
That was fun. I didn't know what to expect.
It's very traditional dish because you sit around and everybody shares the same dish. They give you gloves in plastic and everybody takes with their own hands and you share it. They have different types of meats. It's served in bananas leaves. It's very, very good. Very
traditional, very good, and we really enjoyed that. So we were kind of pleasantly surprised from our friends from Vietnam that told us that we weren't going to have good food. We had great food,
but also
way to go, Filipinos. We really enjoyed it.
Also, in the food. The seafood is spectacular.
Yeah, we couldn't get fresher.
Fresh. And also they have the famous lechon, which is the little pork, which is very, very famous too from Philippines.
But everything we had was absolutely great. That where we had the boodle fight dinner, they had a beautiful couple that were singing, and they were awesome. We couldn't figure out if the radio was on or they were singing, and the sun was setting. It was just beautiful, which takes us to the next thing that you have to come to Boracay to see is the sunsets.
Is the sunset.
And the sunrises.
And the sunrises too.
I don't think you can beat them there.
Everyone is like a dream.
Every day, every night. We just, that was our big thing. We went down there and enjoyed the sunsets and sunrises. One of the things that Daniel and I are traveling pretty much more than part-time. We're passing the 6-month mark now. Is on our top of our intentional list is sunrises and sunsets on the beach. That's what we want when we're traveling, and that's what makes it worth it for us, doesn't it?
Yes.
And Boracay was top.
Spectacular.
It was top. I mean, you can't hardly beat it. It's so great. So you'll see great pictures of that, and follow us on Facebook, and you'll see those also. So sunrises were awesome. The next one is healthcare and pharmacies and pharmaceuticals and that kind of thing. I was actually very sick when I was in Boracay. Unfortunately, I had a really bad upper chest cough, and Daniel was able to go down and talk to the pharmacist and get me some different things that I needed and take care of me. And then unfortunately, I got a friend of mine sick when I was there, and I was able to give her all my cough medicine. So when we got to Manila, a nice cab driver helped us, and we went and got more medicine. And so yeah, the healthcare, it's pharmaceuticals we can attest to, but we also know that their medical is good.
And the products, they were very similar in name. Not only that you have to find by their original generic, not the generic, but the specific name, but also by the brand.
So the next thing we want to tell you about is the massages. I think we had massages 6 days while we were there. We had a beautiful gal named Nina who was taking care of us. And she was awesome. And we
with her children.
Yeah, with her children. Her children work there too. So she was awesome. We highly recommend Nina. We just fell in love with her. She's just a very, very kind soul.
Yes, so they have different facilities inside Boracay, or also there's places that you can do massages along the beach.
On the beach, and you can go into the resorts. You can do pretty much anything. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can make that happen. So there's a lot of options of massages. It's not quite like Vietnam or Bali, but there's a lot of massage places available. So one of our favorite things to do. So get your massage on in Boracay.
The next thing is about security. It's Boracay is a very safe island. You can be in the beach around. Of course, you have always to be careful with your valuables when you are in the beach and have them on site. But it was very, very safe place, and we never felt insecure.
The only time I felt insecure is when I was up on the coconut tree, climbing up the coconut tree to get to see the fire dancers in front of a hotel, which was really cool. I caught my sandal on one of the vines that came down, the roots came down and toppled down the coconut tree. That was the only time I didn't feel safe.
Well, safe, but that's another type
That wasn't
of safety.
me. It was me. It was me. It wasn't anybody else. But I felt very safe as a woman in Boracay. And we actually were out late a couple nights.
Yes, and yes, the only thing, it's careful when you're going to book something to avoid scams. Go to a trusty agent, or make the trust, build the trust with the people, and they will recommend you well.
There's people that are selling all the different tours down at the beach all day long. They're down there all day long selling those tours. So
always ask the price before. Where you're going, and be sure that when you're going to book is what it is.
And make sure that you have the calculator, the currency calculator on your phone. Download that before you go to any foreign country, so you know exactly what you're spending. before you, when you're negotiating with people.
Yeah,
so.
they have a lot of places to change money also.
Yeah, and your ATMs work also in Boracay,
Yes.
so you can get money out. We got money out like 4 or 5 times. The only problem with that is it is a $5 fee every time I took money out. So that was kind of a bummer. But it was nice to have local currency because a lot of people don't. They function in local currency. They don't take credit cards. Like when you're doing cabs and things like that, the little go-karts and
or you can go to the mall, and also in the mall they have
cash machines.
booths. No, or they have cash places that you can just exchanges. Yes.
So, all in all, what would you rank Boracay?
Oh, it was great.
I think we're going back.
We're going back.
We loved it. There's a couple other islands that we want to explore in the Philippines also. But Boracay was top drawer.
Yes.
We highly recommend it.
Let's say that as an introduction is great.
Yeah.
So we can continue going.
Yeah.
And explore other islands. Yes.
Yeah. So go. If you have any questions, comment below. Please give us a thumbs up. And we will see you in the next video. Peace out.
Peace out.